Hey everyone, I'm Gede, and this is a Pilates session specific for runners. So we're going to be working into your core to improve your posture. When you improve your posture, you're going to be able to breathe so much more efficiently. We're also going to look at some pelvic stability, as every time your foot strikes the floor out on your run, that puts an incredible amount of pressure on the pelvis. And if the correct muscles aren't firing up and engaging, other muscles overcompensate, and that's what leads to IT band syndrome or runner's knee. So adding this into your weekly routine is going to help really bulletproof your body so that you can do what you do best out on the road. But to start off with, let's get into our bodies and start at the end of your mat. So you want your feet just underneath your hips. Just pick the shoulders up and roll them back and down. Then you're going to take chin to chest. Let's just roll down slowly through the spine, thinking about curving up and over. Bring the weight forward into your toes. Relax the head. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, push that floor away, lift the tummy, peel the spine up, one vertebrae at a time at the top. Nice big shoulder roll back. Let's do one more of those, rolling down. Starting to find a bit of articulation through the back. Inhale. And exhale, push the floor away, pull the ribs into the body as you peel up. Good, shoulders down, collarbones open, head floats up. Okay, feel that energy push down and then grow tall through the body. Then you're gonna lift all the way up onto your toes. Find something to focus on in front of you that's gonna help you balance. Now just think about where your ankles are in space. Try and bring your weight, push it through the ball of the big toe. So we really get that ankle alignment. We strengthen through those ankles and then try and think about growing taller as you lower the heels slowly down to the floor. And again, lifting all the way up. Squeeze the glutes just lightly. That will help you balance. Now, holding here, we're gonna add a little knee bend, bending down about halfway, keeping that balance. There might be some wobbles. That's totally cool. We're just finding our bodies in space. Rise up and then resist those heels all the way down. We're gonna do that 2 more times and rise up. And then when you're ready, bend with control. Seeing how low you can go, keeping that weight in the ball of your big toe. Lift all the way up when you're ready and lower the heels down 1 more time. That ankle stability is super important. And bending down. Good, and lifting all the way up. And then resist those heels to the floor. We're gonna take one final roll down, curving up and over. Then walk your hands out until you've got shoulders over wrists. Now spread the fingertips, create a nice, strong, stable base. Inhale as you feel length in that entire spine. Exhale as you scoop the abdominals up to the ceiling, push the floor away and round the back. Getting further into that mobility of your spine. And then sink the tummy down, arch the back. Open up the collarbones. Exhale, scoop up. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, scoop up. And then just bring it to that start position. Shoulders roll back and down. Now you're gonna take your right leg out to the side. So we're gonna start to warm up gently through the groin to the inside thigh. You can tuck the toes under if you prefer, that's totally up to you. Just gonna take a gentle rock back and forward. Now groin injuries can be super common in runners, as the groin has to work hard, especially if you do a lot of trail running. The groin works hard to stabilize when you're landing on uneven surfaces. So always giving it the attention that it needs. Okay, we're gonna add on to this. So you're gonna reach that right arm all the way up to the ceiling as you inhale, and then you're gonna sit back towards your heel as you feed the arm through the gap. So we're warming up, mobilizing that thoracic, that's your mid-back. Inhale, and exhale, feed it through. And we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna hold this last one. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, feed it through and hold. So you're getting a stretch from your shoulder blade all the way across your back. You're also getting that groin stretch. If one is tighter than the other, you may feel it more. But if you do want to get deeper into the back, press the right hand into the floor and try and rotate a little bit more. One more breath here. And recovering up when you're ready, changing sides. So take that left leg all the way out and just start with those gentle rocks back and forward. Just easing into that groin. Remember, you can always tuck the toe under if you prefer. Okay, when you're ready, let's add in that thoracic. So left arm reaches all the way up to the ceiling is with an inhale, exhale, reach the arm through the gap. And inhale, spiral open. Try and see a little bit more of the ceiling each time. Exhale, sitting back, reaching through. Last one, we hold. Inhale. And exhale, feed it through. And hold it here. Remember, groin stretch, back stretch. If you want to make it stronger, press the back of the hand down into the mat. And then when you're ready, recover all the way up. Okay, we're gonna swing those legs forward. Come down the end of your mat. Inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time with control. Okay, slide those feet in, just to a comfortable position. Now, as we lie down, we've got the back of the pelvis, back of the rib cage, back of the head, all down to the mat, that little fingertip space underneath the lower back and underneath the neck. Bring your thumbs, place them on the bottom of your ribs, and then your middle finger on the top of your hip bones. Now, we're just gonna find a few spine alignments. So inhale, this is neutral. Then exhale, bring your ribs down to meet your hip bones. This is engaging those obliques, working that correct imprint, and then as you inhale, lengthen that space between your fingertips. Exhale. So an imprinted spine really helps to support the lower back. So we're gonna hold this next one. Exhale, just the abdominals working. Okay, place those arms down by your side. They're actively pressing down with energy into the floor. Bring one leg up to tabletop and then join the other leg. Bring those inside thighs together. Help that entire midline connect. And we are gonna hold it here. So runners, super hip flexor dominant and quad dominant. You may find that the front of the thighs are wanting to tense up. And we should think about really trying to soften and relax the legs and work from the lower abs. If you just can't switch them off right now, bring your knees just an inch closer so you feel just the abdominal switching on, legs relaxed. Even holding this position here correctly can be challenging. So we're gonna add a little bit of movement. Keep those arms energized. You're gonna inhale, drop the toe towards the floor. Then as you exhale, feel the abdominals scoop in and up to bring it back. Use the breath. Inhale, lengthen the left leg away. Exhale, bringing it back. Remember, we're trying to work from the abs and relax the thighs. Now this can be really challenging and hard at first, so you might just want to just focus on the legs and this movement, keeping this right angle in the leg. If you do want to level up, or if you've done this class before, maybe try taking your hands up to the ceiling. And then we can take the opposite arm to leg overhead. As you inhale, exhale, press the ribs down into the body to bring everything back. Inhale. And exhale. Just tuning into your body now and just feeling what's going on. Can you really connect those abs? Those deep core muscles. Let's do one more each side. Then we're gonna all join together with those legs in tabletop, arms up to the ceiling now. Inhale, feel the length through the back of the neck. Exhale, peel the head and shoulders off and press those hands down as if they're pressing down through water. So again, there's resistance, there's energy in those arms. Collarbones are nice and wide. You're looking beyond those knees. Sink that belly button down towards the floor, reach the knees up to the ceiling and start to beat those arms. You're gonna inhale for 5 beats and exhale for 5 beats. Pilates hundreds, super common exercise, and it is so great for the endurance in your abdominals. If you are looking to level up, you can extend those legs away. The higher the legs, the easier to control the lower back. The lower the legs, the more challenging it's going to be. Again, always feel like on the exhale, that entire muscular corset, that entire muscular belt is wrapping in. Now then if you're finding that your hip flexors are kicking in, just take a small little bend, squeeze your heels together to help the midline connect. Good, just a few more here. Good, last breath in. And exhale, deepen, 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 and hold. All right, turn those legs back to parallel. Bring your right knee into the chest. No, we're not done with the core yet. Pull it in, lengthen the opposite leg away. Feel that opening through the front of the hip. Bring those hands behind your head. Reach your elbows up and away. Okay, your hands are there to support your neck. Now reach your knee up towards the ceiling. Feel how that's just switched the abdominals on so much more. And then we're gonna rotate across, reaching the left elbow up to the ceiling instead of pulling it across the body. Holding this position, those tiny little refinements making all the difference. And then change over sides, knee pressing up to the ceiling, elbow reaching up high. Bicycles, we do these a lot in fitness classes, but do you really connect as much as you can? It's always the small changes that make all the difference. Use your breath, keep breathing. Don't forget about that long leg. That's where you're getting that hip release. See if you can peel the shoulder blades off just a little bit higher. Yes, the abs are burning, but we're getting that endurance through the core. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, nice work. Hug those knees into the chest. Maybe rock your head side to side. Just relieve your neck. All right, then lower those feet down to the floor. Your feet are going to be right underneath your knees. And if you just look up, have about a fist distance between your knees. Arms are active down by your side. Inhale, feel that length through the spine. Exhale, go through your imprint and peel the hips up. We're holding this position again. So you do this a lot, this position a lot with Adrienne in your run activation, and again with Sean in the strength studio. And with me, again, I want you to really find how you're going to connect and those small little changes, those small little adjustments that you can make to the position to get the most out of it. So we're still holding here together. I hope so. Now, first one, you're going to draw the pubic bone closer towards the navel. That opens up the front of the hips. You'll feel those glutes have just fired up so much more. Okay, make sure you get a little apple underneath your chin, that the ribs are nice and relaxed. Now push the heels down into the floor. Then try and slide your heels towards your sit bones. And there it is, the hamstrings have really fired up and kicked in. Holding this position, just feeling how much work it really is. All right, so adding a little bit of movement, press your left heel down a little bit stronger into the mat and peel your right leg up to tabletop. Now, imagine I'm putting a spirit level across your hips. You want them to stay in line with one another every time. Place that foot down, change sides. Left leg lifts. Now, when you do this, notice, so if I've lifted the right leg, notice if your right hip has tried to twist and drop down. If you've got a little bit of instability here when we're moving slowly with focus, that is going to translate, and that's going to happen out on the road. So if we really train it and try and correct it here, you'll have better landings out on your run and not even have to think about it. Okay, next time you lift the right leg up, we're going to hold it up. All right, so you're going to drop the toe towards the floor, little toe tap, and lift. Keep those hips up high. Keep that core fired up. Last time. Okay, place that foot down and change sides. So readjust in the middle if you need. Press that right foot down stronger. Left leg lifts off and tap down. Try and think about reaching the knee away. Create space in that hip joint. Last one. Okay, then place it down and readjust in the middle if you need. Now you're going to repeat that, or if you're coming back for a second or third time in class, we've got a third variation for you, just to make it a little bit harder if you're looking for the challenge. You reach the leg out instead of tapping, and then you pull it back in. Now remember, it's not always about taking the hardest option. It's about choosing the one that's right for you today. This will be our third extension out. Bring it back in and place it down. All right, 3 on the left leg, whether they're toe taps or extensions. Right, after that third one, placing that foot down, and we're going to reach the arms all the way up. Inhale and exhale. Massage that spine down into the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice work. All right, hug those knees in. Now let's just stretch out those glutes. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Feed the arms through the gap and take hold of the back of that thigh. Now there's 3 ways to make this stretch deeper. Number 1, you're going to hug that leg in a little bit closer on an exhale. Inhale again. 2, you're going to try and press your tailbone down to the floor and try and make space underneath your lower back. And then the third one is reaching your left knee to the left an inch. Woo! Okay, keep the right foot crossed over, drop that left foot down, and then take it all the way over to the left side. You're going to take hold of your right ankle, and then you're going to pull the back of the pelvis towards the floor. It's never going to reach, but it's just working in that direction. And then that knee is going to push away from your body. You're going to get this nice stretch to the outside of the hip. It's stretching a muscle called your tensor fasciae latae. We shorten that to TFL because it's a mouthful. But that muscle is the main one that attaches into the IT band. So when this gets tight, that's when you're getting that pull and that strain on the outside of that leg. Just 1 more breath here. And then we'll take both on the other side. Gently release. And then crossing the left ankle over right. Feed the arms through and hug it in. So 1 breath in. And exhale, see if you can hug it a little bit closer. And inhale 2. Exhale, push the tailbone down to the floor. Try and arch that back. Inhale 3. And exhale, right knee goes to the right an inch. And take the hands off when you're ready. Take those legs over to the right. Take hold of that ankle. Pull the pelvis down towards the mat. Reach the knee away. To make this stretch deeper, you just bring the legs up closer towards your shoulder. Taking another deep breath here. Another great one to add in after a run. And gently release when you're ready. Okay, rolling onto your side, coming all the way up. Last exercises, we're going to come onto our tummy and we're going to work through your lower back. So when we strengthen the lower back, the rest of the body can sit with so much more ease on top, and you can run free, taking in all of your surroundings. So let's come onto your tummy. Now, anyone with tight hip flexors, most runners, separate those feet out and squeeze your glutes. We've just worked them, so engage them again. Now imagine you've got an ice cube underneath your belly button and pull it away from the floor. Okay, reach the hands overhead and just float all the way up. Now you're gonna circle those arms around. Again, we're swimming through water, so there's resistance in those arms. As you reach the breastbone forward, and then bend those arms in and lower. Just hover just above the floor as the arms dive forward, and then press them out nice and wide. Circle round, feel the neck lengthen. And diving forward, keep those glutes switched on. That's going to really help lengthen out the lower back. Inhale as you lift up, and exhale, dive forward. Keep reaching the toes away, crown of the head reaching forward. You may be looking up at the screen and breaking the neck. Try and drop the chin down and just listen to my cues for this one. Now, if you want to add in a little bit more lower back, When we circle the arms out, you're gonna reach the thigh bones away from the body. That ice cube is still there, that core is still connected. They lower down as you dive forward. And lift all the way up. We're gonna go for 2 more. Coming in for your last one. Good, okay, now reach the arms forward. We've got one more variation here. Take the hands out at shoulder height. Now you're gonna hover the upper and the lower body just off. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and drop your chin in. Now, opposite arm to leg. And we're gonna take this small little swim motion. Now we start off slow so we can really keep your hips evenly weighted down into the mat. It's really common to get this little wiggle here, and that's again gonna show a bit of instability in your deep back muscles. So we start slow so we can really get a handle on it, and then we start to challenge it by speeding up until you find that sweet spot where it's feeling challenging, but you are maintaining stability. You inhale for 4, and you exhale for 4. Again, it's endurance in those small, stabilizing back muscles that we hardly ever train, but it's so important. Good, see if you can go just a little bit quicker. For 5, 4, shoulders down, 3, 2, and relax, 1. Good, take those hands back and just sit it back to your child's pose. And just taking some nice deep breaths. We're just decompressing that spine. Now we're gonna pull it into what we call a shell stretch in Pilates. So you're gonna pull the ribs away from your thigh bones. If I was with you, I want to fit my arm between your ribs and your thighs. You're really rounding in that back. It's really great for opening up that space between each vertebrae. Good, one more deep breath here. As you exhale, try and pull the ribs up just a little bit higher. And then release, tuck those toes under. And just come to a little rock. Out. And then reach those hips up towards the ceiling. Relax your head over. As much bend as you need in those knees. And feel the weight of the head just relax down. Weight is forward in your toes. Take a deep breath in, breathing into the back and the sides of the rib cage. So we're fully utilizing that whole lung capacity, and exhale, soften down deeper. Inhale, 3-dimensional breath. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, this time, exhale, push the floor away, lift in the tummy, rolling up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Stacking each vertebrae nice and tall till the shoulders fall down, the collarbones expand open, and the head floats up. Just take a couple of shoulder rolls back. We're gonna do one of those rises that we did in the very beginning. Glutes are lightly switched on, core is lifted, rise all the way up, pressing through the ball of that big toe, remember? Now seeing if you feel a little bit stronger, a little bit more stable in this position than you did in the very beginning. Very beginning, it was probably pretty challenging. And then grow taller as the heels lower down. Good, once the heels do touch, place a weight into the middle of the foot, standing tall, shaking it all off, and you guys are done. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, adding this into your weekly routine is really gonna help bulletproof your body so that you can do what you do best, injury-free, out on the road.